All right. Ask Euge. Don't be a stooge. Ask Euge. All right, I got to go to the doctor. This is clearly the bandage is falling off. And now this is the surgeon who I see. So they're going to make one more foray into the cheek. So I'm sitting in the car by the medical center waiting. But questions. Who's liable to be most upset on Sunday night? I'm guessing that, and I don't have the laptop with me, so I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I guess this has to do with basketball. I guarantee if the Knicks don't win it, this has been a 53-year drought or whatever it is for New York. It's going to be a bad thing. And at this point now, this is like Greek tragedy. They're blaming the third game loss on the presidential maniac. I'm no fan of the presidential maniac, but you got to know that this is rigged. You couldn't have the Knicks win 3 in a row and then say it's going to be credible and it's challenging. So whoever this guy is, Yama or whatever, I don't know. And if you think Trump is a basketball fan, you're fucking wrong. He's a casino guy, gambler, and a party guy who wants to be where the party is. Of course, he was. They did a psychological breakdown of his response to being booed. And it was like, oh, he doesn't like it. Well, not everybody could be a punk rock guy, I guess, right? Despite all those fucks like Johnny Rotten saying, oh, he's one of us. He's not. A big crybaby, which segues into the next question, which is not even a question. These are questions and these comments. I'm not quite sure. It's like, well, if MMA is supposed to be a sport of men, why are they all acting like children? They're all acting like children because it is like in the old days with rock and roll, they started to do this thing called pay and play or pay to play, where it's like, okay, you guys want to play the club? Yeah, we want to play the club. Well, I'm going to give you 100 tickets, sell the tickets, and you can play the club. Guy showed up, like, oh, where's the money for the tickets? Well, we didn't sell any tickets. Guess what? We're keeping your equipment until you bring me the money for those tickets. I didn't give you 100 tickets for you to sit on them and not do shit with them. And very many people were upset about this, but if you've got 100 friends and you got 100 friends who might want to come to your show, there's nothing wrong with selling them a fucking ticket, all right? So in this instance, though, if the guy who's telling you to go sell tickets has got a $36 million beach house and just sold the company for $7.7 billion, of which he's got a healthy share in his back pocket, I don't think it's churlish to ask that they do their fucking jobs. Do your job. So, Nick Diaz, all they talk about wolf tickets. These guys, Tapori's out there. He's talking about Gaethje's, dad, and Gaethje's talking about his ex-wife. It's like the guy, a friend of mine, my ex-stepfather, interviews John Voight. Big John Voight fan at the time before John Voight had revealed himself to be a total fucking lunatic. And he was working for People magazine at the time. He says, John, there's some, velvet rope thing at some opener. And John, they look alike, my stepfather and John Voight. They kind of stopped. He goes, yeah. And he goes, what are you planning on wearing this swimsuit season? And John Voight looks at him and goes, you know what? You seem like a pretty nice guy. Is there something else you could do for work? And my ex-stepfather's telling me, I felt really bad because I was a John Voight fan, And I was like, okay, so what did you do when he said that? And he said, well, I asked the question again. What do you what? He goes, can't go back to the office without the question answered. I had a job. My job was to get that answer. And I said, did he answer it? He goes, no, he shook his head and walked off. And I was like, yeah, man. Yeah, sometimes both he, my ex-stepfather, my father, these are not ways I want to end up. So if you find me being especially flinty at the age of 63, know that the lodestar that I'm geared toward is not ending up scrabbling for nickels and dimes when I'm 80 years old and having to ask John Voight what he's going to wear in the swimsuit season. So fuck that. And then another question, let's see if I remember it was, who is going to be unhappiest on Sunday? Well, I hope it's not New Yorkers because I'm a New Yorker. And then a Supreme Court justice, should they pack it out? You know what, man? It is Supreme Court justices. All of these guys should be fucking indicted. Alioto, Roberts, there's a Thomas, aggressively clear conflicts of interest, as well as receiving monies. These are not the wise men. These guys are operators, and and I'm not. This is not a defense of them, but I'm going to go back to Catch-22, where he's like, "Well, what if everybody felt like you did?" He goes, "Well, I'd be a damn fool to feel otherwise, wouldn't I?" So I'm going to say these guys are influence peddling, taking money, their sons and daughters and nepo shit, getting jobs from people on cases they're ruling against, all the stuff that you should recuse yourself. It's like, listen, I'm fully at this point now, and this underscores something I said in the last show, so pay attention because you got to weave these things together. Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm going bad brains on this one. We will not do what they want or do what they say. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, because it's clear. I read that. I was going through my stuff, found an old report I'd done on C.P. Snow, did this thing on two cultures, and F.R. Leavis and C.P. Snow. They had answer books to each other, but the fundamental idea was that there are two cultures. And I don't even remember what the book was about at this point, but I like the idea of there's a laws for them and a laws for us. Right? Like, I guarantee you, I have paid more taxes in my life than the top richest 3 people in the world. 100% guaranteed. And I'm sitting here with a dirty bandage on my face needing to take a piss. Yes. I think that the Supreme Court is badly in need of a douche with these lifetime appointments. But all the nice, too kind, letter-writing Democrats would have pushed through when they had a chance to fucking tilt it. And you guys are stuck with those fucks for the next 20, 30 years, which means that for a lot of you, that's your life. Better hope they rule in your favor or that they can somehow get them out for conflicts of interest, because otherwise you're fucked. You're fucked. But, most people don't have cases that go to the court. And always, Eudora Welty said it best, there are ways to deal with it outside the system. I'm talking about fire. The great equalizer. Okay, and so now, because I'm remembering, and we have like a minute, the question was, and I haven't come up with a coherent answer for this one, can you be physically attracted to somebody that you are no other way attracted to? This is an easier question for men, I think, because of the visual thing. Like, I've almost crashed my car, as a younger man, looking at somebody who was really attractive on the street, and they could have nothing in their fucking heads. And what's confusing for women, it seems like, you don't even know her. How do you like her? Well, look at this little black cat walking along the ground. I guess I could show you the cat. Hey, hold on. Look at that little cat. Little panther. Just don't cross in front of my fucking car. Can you be? I have one time, and what the interesting thing about it. Really, cats ignoring me. The interesting thing about it is that I have really weird mixed feelings thinking about it now. Like the woman in question, I could see her, I could think, and I could remember her absolutely buxotic, fantastical body. But, I mean, every single conversation was like a round of macrame. It was just terrible. But so it levens it out. Like I can remember the frisson. I can remember the excitement. I actually seeing this person naked. But then as soon as I hear the audio for this visual, it's terrible. It's terrible. So I guess you could say the answer is, can you be physically attracted to somebody that you are no other way attracted to? And the answer is yes. Briefly. Anyway, that's the end. I think it's Ask Euge 12. I can't keep the numbering straight. I don't have the computer in front of me. I've been distracted and disdainful today. I was working on the Substack, and then that work has begun since I'm down to very little, 2 boxes in the garage on the novel. All that punk rock shit. Apparently, it's a huge market. You'll be shocked as fuck to know those 4 set lists I just sold for $1,700. Jesus Christ. So I'll be back in the garage tomorrow, seeing if I can work on my hedge against inflation. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you on Sunday. The Show Stomper. Don't be a stooge. Ask Euge. Yeah!